Hey team, I'm just going to record a little bit as I go through the process of creating the new menus. Um, because it's not time consuming once it's done. It's just creating the initial wave of the menus and then, of course, updating them and understanding how to update them. So basically, what we're doing is we are creating this menu structure. You can see all of these are all the same menu right now. But what we're going to do is when we select the section, let me move this zoom thing out of the way. Um, you have the option to choose what menu you're displaying here. So this one, I have to refresh this. So let me save the draft and then I'm going to refresh because right now I'm creating the overlanding menu because in the document that you provided of your categories, overlanding was the first one. And so far we've got rooftop tents, awning, and recovery gear. I think it's supposed to be awnings. Yes. So let me change that under, I think I have this in a different window. Let me pull that over. Yes. So I'll do both of this in the same window. So I do have it as awnings. So I just typed it wrong here. Okay. So the first thing you have to do when creating these menus is, and these will all be done, so you don't have to do this, but understanding it, I think is important, is you have to create the menu. So this is because each one of these is an individual menu. This is a menu, this is a menu, this is a menu. Each of these categories is its own menu. This is going to be the easiest way for you to be able to go in, modify, add, delete to these individual sections here. I could technically make this a list that you have to go into this template and edit, but I feel like that's just overcomplicating things. Using the WordPress menu structure, I think is easier. But this is just the first menu, and then I'll do another video about the picture menu for the vehicle types. But so I created the overlanding menu. You can see all the current menus that are there, which is really just the footer menu, the main menu. Um, Actually, that one I don't think is being used. Let me take a look. Yeah, I don't know. That maybe that's in the footer. Electronics. Trying to remember what would be under here. Yeah, and I don't think that was in your list. Oh, electrical and power solutions. So I can reuse this. We'll just call it electrical and power solutions. We'll just call it that just for consistency. So I'm going to update these to display those particular items. And then business. I don't think that's a menu we're using. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it for now because I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, so I'm working on overlanding. It was the first one on the list. And in that menu, we had rooftop tents, awnings, recovery gear, diesel heater, water heater, and gear. So I've done the first three. Now, the only thing I don't like about WordPress is, and it's specifically this one issue, you have different sections that you can pull menu links from. You even have categories, right? But this is your WordPress categories, not your WooCommerce shop categories. Now, there are WooCommerce endpoints, but it's just like the default pages that WooCommerce has, like a cart, a lost password page, whatever. None of these others pull from the darn. Like you can do your pages, you can do your posts, you can do your portfolio, the custom portfolio I built for you guys. But you can't do freaking WordPress categories. So we use custom links instead. It's just any link you want to add. It's a little annoying though because then I have to go find the link to the category once I create it. So the next item is diesel heater. You don't have a current category for that. I always search first. You can't see my screen, but I search up here. Um, Nothing's coming up. So we have to create the diesel heater category. So it's going to be diesel heater. it'll automatically create the slug, and the parent category is overlanding. So really all I have to do is type the name and hit add new category. So it's very easy once I've established that, and then when I get to the next parent category, I have to create that. And we'll go through that process when I get there. So now, once this is done, I did hit add new category. Yeah, so that's empty. So if I go down to overlanding, you can see the three that are kind of hyphened and indented under. These are the categories that are all under overlanding, and I see the diesel heater. I'm going to grab this view link, just right click and copy. And then I'm going to go into where I've got my menu, copy the link here, and this one is called diesel heater, and add it to the menu. So that'll be my fourth menu item. And I'm going to hit save because one of those people that has to hit save after everything because I'm always afraid of losing my work. All right, so the next one, I'll close that because we're just doing custom links, is water heater. So I have to go to my menu window, or my categories windows, I guess. And we're going to add, I'm pretty sure, water. Yeah, that's not a menu item currently. So we're just going to add water heater. Parent category is overlanding, and we're going to add. And then we're going to go down here and grab the link under the view. That's the live link. And then add the link here, water heater, add to menu, save. Now, once this menu is built out and live, when I hit save, that link is automatically there. So adding and deleting is as simple as doing what I just did. You don't have to do anything in the Elementor, nothing. If you need to delete one, you just open it up and hit remove. If you need to change the order, you just drag them around in whatever order. So this is how you add and remove menu items moving forward. That's how simple this part will be. So I have to do gear. It looks like gear is next. We do have recovery gear. So I guess this is just a new one under overlanding. So we're going to add that one. And then now that we have gear added, I'm going to grab this link and find my menu here. We're going to custom links. We're going to paste it, and it's just called gear. Oops, I have to add the menu and then hit save. All right. Now, the only issue right now is all of these categories are empty. There's no products in these categories because these categories didn't exist before. So you have to go through your products and make sure they're just added to this category. But now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this page because it's a new menu, so it's not going to show because I haven't refreshed the page for it to be an option to select. Again, this part you won't have to do unless you add a whole new menu section, and then we can walk through that in a different video. All right, so make sure I open up my shop. There we go. So overlanding, we're going to change this menu to the overlanding menu. Now all those menu items will show here that we created. Gear, water heater, all of that. So I'm going to hit save, draft, and now we're going to do all these different sections, but I'm going to go through a couple of them in the video just for repetition and educational purposes. And next I'm going to do is vehicle history or accessories. So the first thing I'm going to do, we don't have an existing menu, wrong window, that would cover that. Vehicle accessories. There's no accessories item. So we have to create a whole new menu. And this one is called Vehicle Accessories. And I'm going to go ahead and create that menu. Now, the other thing that we'll have to go over at some point is you can put items in multiple categories. Because I know you have roof rack accessories, but maybe some of those roof rack items are relative to the overlanding rooftop tents. So you can add it to both categories and it'll show in both section for the shop. So we're going to add the first item is roof rack accessories, but I need to get the link, which means I have to create that menu item. So we're going to create a category. I don't think there's an accessories one, right? There's interior accessories. There's no products in it. So I think I might reuse that, or I would just create a new one. So we're going to change this one, since there's no products in it, it says 0, to vehicle accessories. And I'm glad that it's doing this because it'll show you how to edit one and then also how to, we'll do probably create one, and then we'll also do edit, like managing each one. So it shows you all the different things that you might have to do. So now we have a vehicle accessories category. So now we're going to go back to the category landing page, or you can go to categories, and we're going to add the first item, which is, there's no roof rack, is there? There is a roof racks under Mercedes Sprinter, but you're not just going to have roof racks under Mercedes. So, and there's no items listed here. The only issue is there's a description and a picture, and I think that's for SEO purposes. So maybe I won't reuse this one in case you're using it for something else, but it doesn't have any products in it. And that's the only roof. There's rooftop tents, which we did under overlanding. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new category called roof rack accessories. And I want to make sure I have the parent category of vehicle accessories. And then I'm going to add new. Now that parent category dropdown, as long as you remain in this window, is always going to be the default of what you just changed it to, which makes it easier and quicker to add more subcategories. So once this is added, which I believe that it is, yes, vehicle accessories and then roof rack and accessories. I'm going to grab that roof rack link. We're going to add our first item here, which is the roof rack accessories. And I'm going to hit save. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add that menu here so you can see it in action with just the one menu item. And then I'm going to continue to add the rest of the items, refresh again, and you can kind of see how that works. Now, while that's loading, though, I'll go ahead and do bumpers too. So we need a bumpers category. I don't think there's, no, there's not an existing bumpers. So we're going to add bumpers. Vehicle accessories is already there. So we're just going to hit add new. Go down, grab the link for the bumpers category. And then let's open this up. We're going to change this to our new vehicle accessories category. So it'll just be the one link. There we go. And draft. So now we're just going to continue to add links to this. So the next one we're going to add is bumpers. And then the next one is running boards and rock rails. So do we have running boards, rails? No. So we're just going to go ahead and add it. Running boards, rock rails. Vehicle accessories already selected. Add new category. And there it is. Grab our link. Go to custom links. Rock rails. Add. Save. So we have lighting and tonneau covers left. So I'm not going to talk through those. I'm just going to do them. Just again for repetition. Oh, we do have lighting though. Off-road lighting. What is that under? That's under electronics. Lighting is under electrical as well. So this is a good question. I will have to talk through this. My bad. So you have lighting under vehicle accessories and electrical and power solutions. So the question then is, are they separate lighting? Or are there going to be separate products under those? Or some separate, some the same? So yeah, I guess that's the question. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to create two lighting categories. You can just add those products to both if they're in both. Very easy. If they're not, then you add one to one and the other product to the other category. I think that's the easiest way to do it. It might look a little confusing. So this will be the lighting under electronics. Right now I'm doing vehicle accessories. So you'll just have two different lighting categories. If the product matches vehicle accessory lightings versus electrical and power solution lightings, just add it to both. If it's on one and not the other, then you at least have that option available. All right, so grab my link. I hate that this defaults to open. I wish it wouldn't do that. And then, whoops. No covers. Copy link. Wrong window. Here we go. To menu, save menu. And then when we refresh this page, they will all be there once this saves. And again, if you need to go back to Overland or vehicle accessories now and edit those menus, you just do it in the menu option in WordPress, add, delete, rearrange, and you can customize what's in those lists basically. Open up the shop menu. There we go. You can see at the bottom each category. All right. So I'm going to do, I think, one or two more for the video, and then I'm going to knock through the rest of them. And then this menu section will be done. Now, if you ever do want to add a new section, I'm going to show that to you now before I slam through the rest of these. This is just a title. So let's say I want another section here. I'm just going to duplicate vans so it has all the styles and sizing. Drag it underneath, and I'm going to duplicate the menu as well and drag it underneath. And let's say this is, I don't know, like interior, I don't know, something. Then I would just select the menu, select the new one that we want under here. And then that's it. I have the new section in the menu. So it's very easy to add. These are just 4 columns in a grid format. I'm going to delete these because we're not doing that. But very easy to add new menus. But you have to establish the menus. That's kind of the annoying part first. But I'm going to go ahead and tackle the electronic and power solutions next. So, we're going to use the existing menu, electrical and power solutions. Forget what's in this one. So we've got Epoch batteries, EcoFlow Redark batteries, Zamp solar, and then off-road lighting. So off-road lighting, I think I'm just going to call lighting and save that one. But we'll also have to go in and change that category real quick, which is this section here, I think. No. It's under electronics, which we were going to change to power solutions. All right, and then everything under here is going to change. So off-road lighting is going to be our lighting one. And technically that one's at the bottom of your list. So we're going to look at the rest of these. So EcoFlow Epoch batteries. Should call it lighting and power. I'm just trying to think through this real quick. So your current items, batteries, I don't know what EcoFlow is. Controllers and switches is even a subcategory of that. Diode dynamics, LED light bars is even a subcategory for that. I guess this is where it's going to get a little confusing with these really extra subcategories. Then you got redarc with some subcategories and Zamp Solar. So is Zamp Solar just the solar panels section? And then redarc, maybe batteries? And then you got controllers and switches as a subcategory, not a... All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We have to do actual edit here. So controllers and switches is going to be under electrical, not the lighting. So it's going to be its own submenu item, not a submenu item, is basically where I'm going with that. And then back to categories. Portable power, solar panels, controllers and switches, lighting. Maybe this is batteries. There's 95 products, though. I don't want to change that. There's only one product here, so I don't want to change anything that you're using. Dual batteries, lithium batteries, solar panels. So solar panels is probably the solar panels. So I'm going to edit this to put it under electric and power solutions. So that'll take care of solar panels, charge or controls and switches, and lighting. So I got to figure out portable power, which I'm assuming is the batteries. But you have like all these subcategories. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So is it the Epoch batteries? Is it the redarc? Which one's the batteries? And that's not the solar. Does that category even need to be there? There's nothing in it. Yeah, I don't know. This one's a bit on the confusing side for me. For you, I'm sure you guys got it. So I'm going to create a portable power, inverters, batteries, and charge controllers category. And then you'll probably have to go through and rearrange some of these products. Luckily, you can just go to the category and be like, I'm going to click on this. And what it's going to do is take you to that category in the WooCommerce system. And then from there, you can select them all or select individual ones and reroute them into a different category if you want. Or, yeah, however you want that. So for example, here we go. So this is the Epoch batteries category. These are all the products. I'm going to take away this window so it's not so long. And then be like, all right, well, I want all of these to, I'm going to edit. I want them all to be in, whoops, edit, apply. Oh, I didn't hit select all. So edit and then apply. And I want to add all of these to the new batteries category or whatever. So I would select it and then hit update and it'll change their category or add them to that category. Um, I can install a plugin that allows you to remove all from a category, but by default, it doesn't let you remove bulk from a category. You can only add bulk products to a category. So let me know if you want that feature or not, but I'm not going to save this because we're not doing that yet. But let's go ahead and make this new category, which is portable power. And again, this is under electrical and power solutions. We're going to grab that link and then we're going to go into our menu here. And we're going to add it. Portable power. Which is going to be at the top. Now, see, I want to leave these links here because I just don't want to mess up your menu too much. That's the issue. Do I just make another menu? Maybe I better do that so I'm not messing up your menu. So I'm going to take these two off of here. I'll leave the lighting because that's an actual product category, but I'm going to save this. And we're just going to rename this back to electrical. And I'll just create a new one because I don't feel like messing up your stuff here. Save. So create new menu item. We'll just delete the old menu later. So create our new menu, and then we'll add lighting and portable power to this one. I did hit the button, right? There we go. All right. So we're going to add portable power. And then, whoops. Why do I have so many windows open? What is wrong with me? And then the lighting is the only two that we have ready for that. All right, next one will be solar panels, which wasn't that one that we thought might. Yes, that one's already there. So I'm just going to copy that one. So I have to copy inverters because none of these specifically say inverters to me. I can do this correctly, I promise. All right, grab our link. Inverter. Why do I keep trying to do IT? That's so weird. And then batteries and charge controllers. Let's grab our link. Now for the batteries, this one I'm not sure what to do with because you got the Epoch batteries, but you've also got this Redarc stuff. So I'm just going to create a new one because I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, and I do need to grab the controllers and switches because that one was there. And that one has a product in it, which you can see right there. So now we just need charge controllers. Which that I definitely do not know what that is and what that compares to what we've all got here. So copy link. Whoops, wrong window. Add to menu, and then our electrical menu is done. And this goes above here according to your list. So we'll save that. And then we're going to refresh this. And that should have this one. Well, I have to refresh it to select the menu. Since it's a brand new menu, I had to recreate it. And then we'll apply it. And then if we don't need that old electrical menu anymore, we can just delete that one. But I don't want to mess with what is currently on the site. All right, so we're going to edit this menu, select our new menu. Should populate all the ones we just created. Unless I did not save that menu. Um, that's categories. Maybe I didn't hit save. All right, now we'll refresh again. Oh, there we go. So now we have all of our electrical items there. And again, very easy now to make edits to all of these. So, all right, the next on the list is commercial truck and van solutions. So this one's a longer menu. This one and then the camper van accessories, I think, are your longest. Maybe trucks. But we'll start with the commercial truck and van solutions one. Now this one also has a lighting. So are we gonna have another lighting category? Camper van does not have lighting. So this is the last lighting category, but it's still another lighting category. All right, so going back to our categories, which is this window, I don't think we have a commercial truck category for products. We have like the Mercedes Sprinter, Ram ProMaster, van storage, which there's a van category, but, and then window covers is a category. But I'm not seeing anything that screams commercial truck. So that we don't want it to have a parent category. This is brand new. There we go. But our first category in here is going to be wall liners. And we want to make sure it's under our sub or main category, commercial truck. All right, so I'm going to grab our link. And then we are going to go to the menus, and none of these scream commercial truck either. So this is going to be a whole new menu, which is great. So I'm not messing up any existing menus. So this is our menu name. We'll create it, and then we can start adding these new categories to it. All right, so let's close this. Add our link to wall liners. First item. Save. And then I guess I should have checked if there was a wall liners. Nope, there's not a new one. So let's also look for ceiling. No ceiling liners. Perfect. And that's already got our parent category there. Copy link. Save menu. All right. So I'm going to plow through the rest of these, but hopefully this gives you an idea of how these menus are going to be set up. Once they're all set up, it's just as simple as going in here, picking a menu you want to edit. Let's say you want to change something under electrical power solutions. So you would select that menu and then it'll show you the menu we just created. And you can be like, well, I don't want this category here anymore, or I want to rearrange these, or I want to go over here and add a new one. Grab the link for the new category that you created, what text you want to display, add. It'll throw it at the bottom. Then you can rearrange, but just make sure you save and it'll automatically update that header. That's literally the only thing that you have to do to update the menus from now on once they're all created, categorized, and all of that. So the main thing that you guys are going to have to do, unfortunately, is just making sure your products are in the appropriate category. So I guess I can show you. We did that a little bit, or showed you that a little bit here, but I'm going to um, kind of go through it again. So let's say this section. So these are all batteries, right? I assume that it's safe for me to go in here. Let me refresh this page and add all of these to the battery category. I'm going to go ahead and do that since the battery category is empty. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not displaying anywhere. So all of these under Epoch batteries, that's the category I selected, I assume can also be added to the electronic power solutions. I'm going to add it to both the parent category and the sub, but especially the sub. And I don't think the batteries is anywhere else. And then just hit update. So you'll still see the Epoch batteries here. It's not changing anything in terms of that, if that's being used somewhere else. It's just going to now have comma and then batteries, and then also electronic and power solutions. So now you can see it's applied to all three categories now. So I can also do the same for, let's see, so none of these lighting things here have products in them. So I'm not going to worry about any of these. These can probably all be deleted since there's nothing in them anyway. Let's see. Now, all of these batteries, I assume, could be added to the battery category. So I could start with the redarc. I could start with just this one. Maybe I want this one. I want to see filter only the products that are in that particular category. So here we go. Now, it looks like these are already under electronic power solutions, dual battery systems, and redarc. So what we would do, now this doesn't look like, this looks like kits, not actual batteries. So I probably wouldn't do that here. Let's try lithium deep cycle batteries. Let's try that item. It should be just two products. I can't imagine you want kits there, but I don't know. All right, so these look like, or at least this one looks like a battery. This one, I don't know. So I'm just gonna add this one, and I can also do a quick edit, I think. Does it let me add categories here? Yes. And then go to batteries and update. So now it's under the batteries category. This one's not because I don't know if that's what you would want under there. Um, Portable power, what's under this one? Because we do have the portable power under electronics. So let's see what these products are. So I can select all of these. It looks like they're all under portable. So I think portable power is one that existed. So I don't need to change anything here. Oh, there's inverters. We don't have anything in the inverter category. So I'm leaving the old categories for now. But these probably all need to be added to the inverter category that we added for electrical power solutions. So I'm going to make sure they're in the electric and power solutions main category and then also in inverters. Make sure I'm not missing any categories. Yeah. And then hit update. So all of these will now have the inverters category as well. Yep, right there. So that's how easy it is to kind of move things around as well. Solar panels, I think I just used the same solar, the ZAMP solars. There's nothing in there, so that one can probably be cut. Um, Merch can stay merch. Vehicle accessory lightings. So we have, there's nothing under those lightings. Actually, is there anything under lighting at all? Doesn't look like it, so, you know, that's fine. Window covers. Was there a window covers category? Yes, so that'll be under campervan accessories. So I'll be throwing that under there. And I don't know if you want that under anything else, like trucks or anything like that, or overlanding, but I did add these to batteries, right? My brain's fried. I apologize. Hopefully this video is making sense. Yeah, I have these under batteries. Okay. So yeah, that's how you would just move products around or adjust their categories in bulk. I mean, you can always go in individually, of course, but this just makes it a little easier. So, um, yeah, so hopefully that'll help. Let me know if there's any questions. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the rest of these menus.